whoa, ain't nobody checking me. Crossover through the legs, step back, hit it 3. Still up in the hood, but got big baller tendencies. She just trying to get flued out to John Kennedy, just to see the Knicks play, make a couple memories. New York, if you ain't from here, don't pretend to be. And if you ain't rocking with the Knicks, you an enemy. Yeah, look at us, whole city is wild. This is New York, why y'all ever counted us out? Any game we attend, yeah, we taking it now. Fast break on the court, all up and down. Lead a garden in the pigsty, yeah, we get it on this side. Bacon, egg, and cheese, or the lobster mac with the ribeye. Either way, we winning the overtime if we get tired. Get it with the team, yeah, that's just something we live by. Hey, yo, first quarter in, we gon' turn it up. Gotta warm up first, then we taking it dub. By the third quarter in, no, they ain't catching up. Gotta stay in the lead before that shot clock buzz. If the Knicks get a win, we gon' do it again. Make the finals once before, we gon' do it again. Bounce back in the fourth, we gon' do it again. It's been a while since the chip, but we gon' do it again, yeah.
Yo, put your hands up. If you rockin' with the Knicks, put your hands up. Yo, put your hands up. If you from New York, put your hands up. Yo, look, put your hands up. If you rockin' with the Knicks, put your hands up. Look, put your hands up. Hey, yo, New York City, put your hands up. Sky, baby.
What up, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Bishop D-Lo. We're here, you're there, Church Guys Sports Show for the 21st of May, 2025. Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals sees the Indiana Pacers come back in dramatic fashion, beat the New York Knicks 138-135. And quite honestly, which was, if you're a basketball fan, you had to love this game. It was a great basketball game. It was a great, and I say that even as a Knicks fan, it was a great basketball game. This was a great basketball game. Much better than the snooze fest that we saw last night. The Shai Gilgeous-Alexander foul. Well, congratulations to him for winning the MVP award. But much better than the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander foul expo that we saw last night in the Western Conference Finals Game 1. But the Knicks failed to hold serve at home tonight, falling 138-135 to the Indiana Pacers. And it's tough because this is a game where you got 43 from Jalen Brunson. You got 35 and 12 from Karl-Anthony Towns. You got 16 from Bridges. You got 16 from Anunoby. And even the bench was decent. The Knicks were clicking on all cylinders offensively, and what you saw down the stretch of this game, Knicks holding a 14-point lead going into the final 2.5 minutes of this game, and they essentially blew this game. But I'm going to tell you where the Knicks blew this game. They blew this game in 2 places. They blew this game because Aaron Naismith of the Indiana Pacers hit 5 threes in the final 2.5 minutes of the game. Now, you might say him hitting 5 threes is not a big deal if you go ahead and you're making shots as well. Or, as the Knicks had to do, still with a 4-point lead and then in a 3-point lead in the final minute of the game, you got to make your free throws. You absolutely got to make your free throws. And tonight, the Knicks lost this game at the free throw line. Listen, there are so many different things that can be said. I'm going to call it right where it is right now. The Knicks lost this game at the line. The Knicks shot 40 free throws tonight. They missed 12. The Knicks make 6 of those free throws. We're not even having this discussion. They win going away. Karl-Anthony Towns had a chance to put the Knicks up 4. Missed the free throw. OG Anunoby had a chance to put the Knicks up 3. Make 1, miss 1. And when you do things like that, you're not going to win. Not in the NBA. I'm encouraged by the offense. The Knicks played solid defense for the first 46.5 minutes of this game. I mean, I understand when you play the Pacers, it's going to be a track meet. But here's my biggest thing. And I'm not going to kill Tibbs too much for this loss. Yeah, Phyllis, I'm annoyed as well. I'm not going to kill Tibbs too much. But, yes, Bishop Woodall, make foul shots. You make free throws, game's over. We're not even having this discussion. Yes, it's a much closer margin than you would have wanted, but you win. And at the end of the day, that's all it's supposed to be about. Ted Simpson, I don't know how you're so calm. I'm going to tell you why I'm so calm in just a minute. And I'm not a believer in omens or anything like that, but I'm going to talk about the front runner named Tyrese Halliburton in just a minute. I'm going to talk about the front runner named Tyrese Halliburton in just a minute. I'm going to get to why I'm so calm in just a minute. My bro, Jamel Clark, yes, miss free throws. Missed free throws. This is a game that was lost. Missed free throws. Bishop L joins us in the dark. In the dark. Good morning. What's happening?
About to jump out this Uber right now, coming from this rehearsal.
Okay.
I watched the entire game at the rehearsal. I can't believe we dropped a 14-point lead.
And I'm watching this game, and I'm watching this game, and I'm watching it down the stretch. And honestly, I'm watching Naismith make these threes. But in my mind, because we ball players, I'm going, cool. We make our free throws, we're fine. And this is what I'm thinking, because everybody that went to the line late in this game was above 80% free throw shooter. So I'm watching this, and I'm like, okay, he can make all the threes he wants. We make our free throws, game's still over. It doesn't even matter. And what happens? Cat, 1 for 2. What happens? OG, 1 for 2. These are 2 free throws that would have literally put the game away in regulation.
Right.
And OG's free throw would have put him up 3, which means even if Halliburton makes that shot, which was a 2 at the end, and I'm going to get to him in just a second, Halliburton makes that 2, the Pacers still lose by 1. And then I'm yelling about them blowing a 14-point lead. But at the same time, I'm going to be very, very happy because the game would be over and we would have won. What's up, Keish? I love you. We've been talking all day. Miss you too. We're going to talk about that Gerard Jarvis Tibbs using his bench. Right, Bishop Woodall. I'm not putting this completely on the coach. The only thing I am putting on the coach, and this is what I am going to say about that. In that final 2 minutes, and this is the thing I don't understand. When the Pacers called that timeout, you've got to get Mitchell Robinson in the game there because you know they're going to be hunting threes. And Mitchell Robinson is one of your best perimeter defenders of the three-pointer. So if they run that pick switch, because they were hunting Cat to shoot that 3, they were doing what the Celtics did, and they were hunting that shot all night long. And so you got to get either you get Cat out of there for defensive purposes because it's clutch time anyway. Cat's not going to be the focus of your offense. So you're not really losing anything if you go to Mitchell Robinson. You're not losing anything. So that's the only thing I will put on Coach Thibodeau. Yes, he did use his bench a lot more today. The Knicks bench, they went 8 deep tonight, which was good, and they got good production from the entire bench that played. Cam Payne gave us solid bench minutes as well. I appreciate it. And I agree, Sam. You've got to slow the game down against Indiana. And I feel like the Knicks didn't do enough to slow the game down. You know, you got to pick your spots, but you're not going to run with Indiana. Again, Keish, I'm not putting it totally on Tibbs. Like that one adjustment of getting Mitch in the game. But again, that's not the reason they lost. They lost because they did not make their free throws. Exactly, Keish. He should have got Mitch back in the game sooner. And I agree with you 100% on that. He should have got Mitch back in that game. Once Naismith hit those first 2 threes, I would have called timeout, got Mitch back in the game. Because, like it or not, Mitchell Robinson is our best perimeter defender. And Sam, Knicks versus the free throw line. This is my segue right here. Ant West says the Knicks may not recover from this pure devastation. I disagree. Here's why. And here's where I talk about the front runner named Tyrese Halliburton. Tyrese Halliburton takes a shot that he thought was a 3. that bounced off the rim, bounced straight up in the air. I'm just going to call it. It was a lucky shot. How dare you throw up a choke sign when you made a lucky shot? Because if it doesn't go in, you lose. If it doesn't go in, you lose. You weren't shooting for the win. You were shooting for the win because you thought it was a 3. But you made the choke sign. Your team celebrated. But that's not even appropriate here. You want to be Reggie Miller. Somebody send this to Tyrese Halliburton. Somebody clip this when I finish. Let me clear the screen. Clip this when I finish and send this to Tyrese Halliburton. You want to be Reggie so bad. Let me remind you of something, Mr. Halliburton. You want to throw up the choke sign? Here's the problem with that. When Reggie did that, the Pacers still lost that series. So that sign is actually never appropriate because you won. Just like then, they won that game 1, but they lost the series. They lost the series. Tyrese Halliburton is such a freaking front runner. You want to be Reggie Miller so bad. You can't hold Reggie Miller's jockstrap, Tyrese Halliburton. And yes, I still think you're overrated. You're overrated. I'm not going to say you trash because you're in the NBA, but you're overrated. And so, yes, and I do think the Knicks are going to wipe the slate clean, come back on Friday, and I'm going to make a hot take. The Pacers don't get another game in this series. Yep, I said it. Book it. Pacers don't get another game in this series. Book it. Because Mr. Front-running Halliburton wants to throw up a... It's not, and after the game, he said, I was looking for the right time to do it, and it needed to be the right moment. It's never the right moment because the sign doesn't mean anything. You know why? Because even when Reggie did it, they lost the series, dummy. You bought into the hype, Tyrese Halliburton. You bought into the TV hype. That choke sign doesn't mean crap to Knicks fans because we won the series. That's what mattered. We still sent the Pacers home.
We have to take it personal.
I'm taking it personal, and I've already made my hot take. The Pacers don't get another game in this series. Because I know JB saw that.
That's a hot take.
The Pacers don't get another game. You got 43 from Brunson tonight, and that was a pedestrian game. Y'all don't get another. The Pacers don't get another game in this series.
I can see that. I can see that too. They gotta make free throws.
Because if the Knicks make the free throws, we're not having this discussion.
We gotta close out on the perimeter. Naismith shouldn't have been able to hit those shots, and I believe that Naismith hitting those shots rattled our boys a little bit. The fact that he hit them, like he was hitting daggers. Yeah. Those wasn't like, just he stepping to the line and getting lucky on those. He was shooting those with intentionality. He was shooting them to hit them, and he was hitting them, and they were daggers. And I think that those threes. Those threes took the crowd out of it from Naismith. A lot of that happened, of course we have to blame it on the free throws, but they got to close out on the 3-point line because we don't even have the problem. The free throws don't even affect us if we close out on the 3-point line the way that we're supposed to. We didn't we was giving Naismith those because those were uncontested threes.
You got to make them shoot 40-footers. If they're gonna shoot from the logo all night, you live with that. But you don't let them be able to come off of curls and get open looks at the line. And this is why I said Tibbs, the one adjustment that I wish Tibbs would have made was after he hit those first two, I would have called timeout and got Mitch back in the game. Because on those threes, they were hunting Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson. And my thing, Tibbs, listen, I know Brunson is your closer. I'm not mad at you for wanting him on the court there, but he's got 5 fouls and they're hunting him. They want him to make a mistake. Get him out of the game because you proved during that run that should have put the game away that with Brunson off the floor, OG and Cat went crazy.
OG and Cat took over the game. They definitely took over the game. And I don't know. I mean, listen, it's I don't. There's nothing for us to
No, not
panic
at all.
over.
Not at all.
I would have loved for us to. We look like that fourth quarter. We look like we was closing it very
Yeah,
very
and
well.
that's why I'm like, Naismith got hot. It happens again, and to me that again, it's
I'm not even
reminiscent
sure
of
if he got.
that very same Reggie Miller choke series, but that he made the choke sign in a game that it looked like the Knicks were pulling away, and he was able to have that big fourth quarter, and they blew a lead in game one. But again, that choke sign doesn't mean anything. They lost the series.
I'm not even sure if we can say it was Naismith getting hot more than it was him getting open looks.
Well, you
And
still got to
and
make him, so he was
Indiana
hot.
does
You
not.
got to make him.
He does. Indiana don't miss open looks like that. They don't miss open looks. They don't miss open looks. And he wasn't that hot because he took another one in overtime and missed it right away. Right away, he missed that. He missed that first one he took in overtime. He right away
Yep,
he missed it.
exactly. I've been saying it all year. Like with 3-point shooting like that, like I look at cats like that and I'm like, it always evens out. Naismith's never gonna have because again, he's a good 3-point shooter. He is. I'm not gonna sit here and act like he's not. But it evens out. The averages always even out. And if the Knicks defend the 3-point line like they're capable of, that's not gonna happen again.
Basically.
It's just not gonna happen again. Keith says like Tatum wanting to be good. Yeah, like listen, I will respect Tatum a little more
Yo, he put the
because
he
Tatum is not
he
a
did the
front runner like
he did
Halliburton. Tatum quietly goes
he
about
did the
his
choke.
business.
He did the choke gesture, and I was like, really,
Right? Like
dude?
really? You got nothing
Really, dude?
original?
Like you don't nothing original. That was a cornball move, and like I said, yo, my prayer is that they take that personal. Take that personal. He did that on your court, and he hasn't even accomplished anything in the league to be able to do that. First and foremost, and he is overrated. His peers
And that's what I was gonna
voted
say,
him
Keish. I mean,
overrated.
you could say we don't have to say he's overrated. The other 449 players in the league, they said he's overrated. When your peers vote you the most overrated player in the league, that's saying something.
Yeah, yeah. What he played like 2.3 seconds in the Olympics.
Listen, Halliburton is feast or famine. Halliburton is one of those guys who relies on extra steps. I'm going to say that because if you watch most of his quote unquote dagger threes, and Bishop Greg Heflin is on here too, you'll see there's always usually a traveling violation that occurs before it. There's always some sort of traveling violation. Jesse, what's going on, man? Go to the Ritz-Carlton on 28th and 6th. Yeah, that's where they stay at. Don't tell everybody on here saying where the Pacers are staying at. Folks will show up at their hotel. Chill out. But yes, that is their hotel. Reggie Miller. No, Darius said Reggie didn't tell him to do that at all. But I mean, when he let it go, I knew it was a 2. And he's like, have a little class, Halliburton, just a little bit.
See, he thought I was gonna eat it.
Knicks better recover mentally and get game 2. Now we have to get games 2 and 3 to win the series. Listen, I stand by my hot take, Anthony. Book it, mark it. The Pacers don't get another game in this series. Pacers don't get another game. Knicks win this in 5.
You stop trying to feed me on camera. Come on.
You better appreciate your wife feeding you. Cut it out.
No, this is
Not
gimmick.
a gimmick. Wait a minute.
Get out of here. thought you went to the
It's
gym
not a
today.
gimmick.
Oh, my goodness.
You don't go to the gym and eat pasta. It's a contradiction.
No, Jesse, that's not accurate at all. No defense. The paint defense was fine. The defensive issue was around the 3-point line at the end of this game. The Knicks paint defense.
Nah, Philly was great tonight.
Here we go.
No paint.
Right,
defense.
Keisha. That was the
Right.
problem. Naismith got hot. We left him open, and he made shots. But again, I keep going back to it. Those threes mean nothing if we make our free throws. They don't mean jack. I would have rather him gotten hot, hit those 3 or 4 threes. We make our free throws, win the game, and then knowing we're going to game 2 up 1-0, knowing that he's not going to have another night like that. Because he's not. Now,
Who's that?
Now, granted, yeah, he's
No,
not
he's
going to
not.
have another night like that.
He's not.
So if we make our free throws, all of that 3-point shooting wouldn't have meant anything. It wouldn't have. And that the Knicks lost this game at the line. 12 missed free throws.
Crazy.
Well, and that's true to a certain extent. The Knicks have given up the 3 all year, but in the Boston series, they showed us something different. And we were looking, and honestly, they showed us something different in this game because up until that final 250, the Pacers were like 28% from 3. 28%. So the Knicks were guarding it. I think I only saw the Pacers before that take 3 wide open threes the entire game out of 28 they took. Phyllis Brownlee says those missed free throws and rush. Please talk about that. Oh, because I have to measure my words here, Phyllis, because you're absolutely right. But people love to come to this podcast and say that we make it about the officials or the lack thereof. But I was talking to Keisha on the side during that play that happened. And even she's not a Knicks fan. She's a Miami Heat fan and a LeBron James fan. We're talking to each other, and she's like, how did they miss that foul? And then they went the foul on OG when Siakam got the ball up top, but he's holding and pulling OG's jersey down low. How do they say that?
I thought you
How
was
is
talking
somebody
about-
pulling a jersey incidental contact? Somebody explain that to me.
I'm not
No,
even
not
blaming
blame.
this on the
No,
refs,
absolutely not. But I just wanted to tell Phil because she wanted us to address that OG call that it was bogus. But the whole season on both sides, the refs don't know. Okay, so Adam Silver put out an edict that he wants the game to get a little more physical. You can be physical as long as the refs are consistent.
Right.
But the refs are not consistent, and that's where the problem lies. They're not consistent either way. They're definitely not consistent for the Knicks. They're not consistent for other teams. I watched the game last night where they let Lou Dort and these cats push Anthony Edwards around, and then when Shea went to the hole and just flailed his arms, they blew a whistle every time. The officiating is awful. If you're gonna reward one, if you're gonna reward one superstar, reward the other. If you're not gonna reward one superstar, don't reward the other. Either way, I don't care. This is one thing me and Tibbs agree on. I don't care what. Call it tight, call it loose. Just be consistent. If you're gonna tell me
What's your
Friday
name?
night, Friday night, all games are 8 p.m. So we're on the every other day schedule. It's Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and then Monday.
I hate preaching for Davey on playoff game nights. No, I don't feel anointed on those nights.
Right, Bishop Heflin, I agree. Hallie is overrated. And again, that's not us. His peer, 449 other NBA players voted him the most overrated. So don't put this on the fans. His peers think he's overrated.
Truth.
His peers. And the Knicks blew a 17-point lead. It really is that simple. You know, the free throw shooting was awful. 12 free. If you make 10 of those, you win going away.
Can we win a 7-game series with 7 players with this type of pace? No. We need to go deep.
Well, they went 8 deep tonight. There was also was a DeLon Wright sighting tonight, which again
He went 8 deep in the first half.
He went 8 deep in the second half as well. He went 8 deep in the second half.
Who else he brought in the game?
He went 8 deep in the second half. Because remember, he pulled Brunson when Brunson got his 4th foul and put Cam back in the game. Cam came in and hit a 3. Deuce's minutes were really good. And what can you say about Mitchell Robinson? Mitchell Robinson was a freaking plus 20 tonight. Like, yo, Mitch is a problem. He got to every offensive rebound. He changed shots. And and this is how I feel. Like, Tibbs, you're a defensive coach. Final 2 minutes of a game, team is making a run. You put your best defender on the floor. I don't care what's going on offensively. You put your best defender on the floor. Why? Because you have Jalen Brunson. And again, it's no diss to Cat, but let's be real. We know in the final 2 minutes of a game, Cat's not getting the ball. So put Mitch in the game. Or if you want to keep him in the game, that's fine. Pull Josh Hart. Pull Mikal Bridges. But you've got to get your best defender in the game. You have to. You absolutely have to. Yeah, take it personal. Just like Trae Young ran his mouth, next game Knicks came out and punched Atlanta in the mouth. That's what you're supposed to do. Knicks need to come out Friday and beat Indiana by 20. I thought we were heading there tonight, honestly. I said, they're going to put this one away. All right, let's go.
We put it away. They just went in there and took it out.
Nah, Ted, I've seen luckier bounces than Tyrese's 3. Or 2, I'm sorry, because that wasn't a 3. Than Tyrese's. I've seen luckier bounces than that. And honestly, and I'll be honest.
Crazy, yo. That was
even after it went in, because like I said, I knew it was a 2 when he shot it, because I saw his foot on the line when he took it. And he's running down I'm like, that's a 2. All you did was tie the game. I thought we were going to get in overtime. I said, he want to sell you like this. We going to get him. I'm not worried about it. Let's go. Tibbs is playing the starters. The starters did not run out. That wasn't a run out of gas. You don't score 135 points running out of gas. They did not run out of gas. And I got to disagree with this. They did not. The starters did not run out of gas. Listen, I'm going to be the first one to say that, we've talked ad nauseum about Tibbs and the minutes and all the different things that go with that. But in this particular game, I cannot say that the minutes played any kind of role because the Knicks played well offensively. They missed free throws because they were missing free throws early in the game. This didn't just happen. Mikal Bridges missed 2 free throws in the third quarter. He's an 81% free throw shooter. Right, Bishop Heflin. He likes committing free throw violations. Exactly. The uncontested layups in overtime. Jesse, I mean, it's overtime at that point. This game should have...
Philly was great tonight. Did you see that Philadelphia Sixers game?
No. They didn't even go to Cancun. They in Key West. They didn't even make it to Cancun. They in Key West. They started their vacation early.
Listen to Jesse.
The Knicks as a team shot nearly 80% as a team, and that's why that's an issue. Keisha, I agree. He even kicked OG in the butt. Yes, Phyllis. That the refs have been awful. Awful.
All year.
Awful
All year
all
long.
year.
All year long.
Awful. Awful.
All year
In
long.
every
But
game. Again, not even
like
just in
you
Knicks games.
said,
In every game. The refs have been awful.
yeah. So, okay, we understand that the league has put out a notice. Let them play. Let it be a little more physical. As long as nobody gets their head
Right,
chopped off
Overseer Kennard. Knicks in 5.
and
Indiana doesn't get
and
another game.
nobody gets flipped into the fourth row. Let them play. And the refs are letting them play, man. You got it. Yo, the refs. Let me, Dwayne, and I'm going to sleep. Listen to me. You got to come into the game, every game, playing from the whistle to the buzzer, from the tip to the buzzer. At the end of the day, they saw that they had a 14-point lead. They took their foot off the gas. They stopped playing defense aggressively. They didn't close out on the three, and they let Indiana back in that game. That is not how you win playoff games. Hopefully, they wake up tomorrow morning and realize Indiana didn't win that game.
We gave it away.
We lost that game. We gave it away. Indiana did not win tonight. As a matter of fact, Indiana is probably in the locker room saying, "Oh my God, how in the world?" And hopefully they know. I hope, like my mind, I hope they're not thinking they're gonna take game 2, 3, 4, or 5. Like this team, they first of all, they can't hold Jalen.
Nobody they throw at Jalen. He's gonna average 40 in this series.
They can't hold Jalen. They can't. They're gonna have to throw somebody at him,
Listen,
double team at him all game long, and it won't even matter.
On that next to last play, the Stan Van Gundy was talking about they need to just put Pascal Siakam on him and give him somebody bigger to try to have to, because none of their guards can do, or their wings can do anything with Jalen Brunson.
You can't hold him. Now, here's my other concern, though. Halliburton is too big for Jalen to be defending him.
But that's on Tibbs, because he has that switch, because Bridges started on Hallie. And they keep running that. They're running that same play to use either Cat's man or Jalen's man to get him off, to get him that mismatch. You gotta tell your guys, fight over that screen. There's no way. Bridges should be on Hallie, or what the Knicks should do is something that I've seen them do before, and they did it in the Celtics series. When that happens, you gotta when that hedge happens, either Josh Hart or OG needs to switch off their man and cut that hedge off so that he's right, so that one of them is at the top. I agree. You need size on Hallie. Hallie can't shoot over size, because when the only time it didn't work and they went away from it, when they tried to switch Hallie on to Mitchell Robinson was like, "I got you. You're not going nowhere."
Yeah,
because he can't beat Mitch off the dribble, and he can't shoot over Mitch. That's the adjustment on the perimeter. Listen, I'm not worried about Charles Barkley. No, nobody cares about Charles Barkley, Keisha, because Charles Barkley is a fat behind. That's why.
Keish, because I haven't eaten all day, so that chicken parmesan was here from last night, and it was a mighty chicken parmesan, and it wasn't that much pasta. It was just little residue pasta that was on the plate, because I didn't even bring the pasta home, but it was from last night, and it was.
Dre said
great.
Brunson had costly. No, not in the second half. Brunson didn't have costly second. Brunson had some turnovers in the first half, yes, but he didn't have any costly. I didn't see any costly turnovers from Brunson in the second half.
Nah, not at all.
He played well.
Brunson Brunson was
Brun, Brun,
Brunson.
this was the first Jalen Brunson game that
Okay.
I saw since that 40 burger that he put on the Celtics in like game 3 or in game 2. This was a Brunson burner. This was a Brunson burner tonight. Just when they had the game, Tibbs
Yeah.
takes Robinson. I agree. I don't know because Robinson was in the game with Towns at that point, and he went away from Robinson because he wanted to put his starters back in the close. But again, as a coach, just like you have to ride the hot hand offensively. Sometimes you got to ride the hot hand defensively. If your best defender is shutting a team down and shutting down the perimeter, you leave them out there.
And Robinson is all over that
Yeah,
court,
man.
yo.
Listen, he's in shape.
He's all
He's
over
in shape.
that
He
court,
ready to
yo.
go. He's healthy. This was the Mitchell Robinson we always envisioned. This
Yeah,
was the Mitchell Robinson we always
he's
envisioned.
all over that
And
court,
and
man.
that's just it. I don't want to waste it because you don't know when he's going to get hurt again. You don't know,
Right.
what that's going to look like. What was it? Yeah, I agree with that, Sam. Josh Hart was sliding all over the court today. I don't know what was wrong with his sneakers. He must have slipped and fell like 3. Because on one of those Naismith threes, Hart was there, but he slipped. And I'm like, oh, God. Because if he doesn't slip there, Naismith, that's a contested shot, and he probably misses.
Yeah.
Dre said if y'all put it away, then we wouldn't be having this conversation. That was for you. You said we had put it away, and they went and took it. No, I agree with L. We put it away, and they went in the cupboard and got it.
His team was great tonight too. Whoever his
he,
team
he,
is,
he don't
because
he don't
you
have
never know
he don't
what
have a
team
team.
he
He
roots
has a
for.
LeBron.
Yeah.
Where was Robinson's D in overtime? I mean, Robinson's D in overtime. It really wasn't anything for Robinson. David, take that hood off. David, you pissed too. I know we all pissed off right now.
Davey, we got to start service early on Friday so we can at least catch the last part of the game.
Game is at 8:00 tip. Y'all got an 8:00 service. That's not gonna work because you're gonna preach. They gonna shout and you're gonna get out like 10:30 and the game gonna be just about over.
I'm gonna put you up at 8:30, Butler.
We gonna see.
Davey ain't even gonna be paying attention.
He'll be
to
watching the
preaching.
game on
He'll
his
be
phone.
watching the game
That's
on his
not
phone.
true. I
No,
cannot believe
Davey not
this,
gonna do that
man.
because he don't want God to make us lose. He ain't gonna do that.
Davey got screens in his church. Just put the
Then
game
nobody's
on
gonna listen
on
to you
silent.
preach. You not gonna preach. You gonna be like, turn me
Man,
to the book of looking
I
up at the
can't
screen.
see.
That's
I can't see the screen from the pulpit.
I got a big screen in the back too, so you can see it from the pulpit. Man, I can't believe this, y'all.
Yeah, let's
and Dre, it's not that you can't
believe
trade
it.
buckets with Indy. And it's not even a matter of trading buckets because Indy is not a good defensive team. The Knicks missed
First of all, we
free throws.
Stop, Drake. We traded buckets with them. In the first and second quarter, we traded buckets with them. They were shooting like 57% and still
Right, J
losing.
Mac, tell Jesse to trust the process.
Like, I'm out of here. I'm going. Davey, yeah, keep Dwayne some company. I'm out of here. I gotta go. I want to watch The Acolyte.
Q, we're not talking about the refs. Well, just
Man,
listen.
I don't know what happened. We had them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not putting it on the refs. I'm putting it on our free throw shooting and the fact that Tibbs didn't go back to Mitch in that final 2.5 minutes of regulation. You got to have your best defender out there. You got to. You got to.
When you got a man hitting 5 straight threes, you don't back off him.
No. They were worried so much about Halliburton that they kept leaving Naismith, and like Hallie is streaky. I don't trust.
I'd
Hallie
rather
down the
Halliburton
stretch.
shoot it than Neesmith.
Yeah, Q. Jalen has been driving to the hole. Jalen was Jalen tonight. His line was fantastic. He was
We could have
43.
kept him on the bench though. We didn't need to bring him back in.
Right. There really wasn't a need. The bench was playing well. But again, that's part of the issue, with Tibbs. And and again, I'm not killing Tibbs tonight. Like I said, my only adjustment was he should have went back to Robinson. But I think he coached well. Even that last possession in the first half when he went to DeLon Wright just to ensure that they didn't get a good shot. But that's my thing. Why not go to DeLon Wright in that moment? Call timeout. Go to DeLon Wright. Get somebody who's a fresh body out there on him defensively, on Naismith.
Yes.
Get a fresh body on him. Because all you got to do is hold them off at this point. You're up at that point 14 with 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go. All you got to do is hold them off. Because they want to make it a foul shooting contest. You hold them off defensively and make your free throws. And they were getting quick shots. They weren't. It's not like the Knicks defense was making them work for those shots at the end of the game. And that's part of the problem. Making them work for shots takes time off the clock.
It felt like they knew they can come back on us, man. They knew they.
Well,
they can hit.
well, if you watch what they did to Cleveland, this is what they did to Cleveland in the last series. But I didn't expect the Knicks to implode the way Cleveland did. The Knicks look like Cleveland did at the end of those games because I watched that series. Cleveland was they just imploded, and the Knicks looked like Cleveland. No, we looked better than Cleveland because we were actually like Cleveland couldn't hit the side of a barn late in those games, but we were at least scoring points. But then when they had to foul, we missed a free throw. You can't miss free throws there.
Can't. And neither are good free throw shooters. Brunson missing free throws.
No, Brunson didn't miss.
Missing free throws.
No, that was Brunson and OG. Brunson didn't miss any free throws. Brunson made all of his in the fourth quarter. But it was OG and Cat.
OG and Cat.
And
they both 80% free throw shooters, man.
We're 80%, 81% for the season as a team.
They might as well put Mitchell Robinson on the line. They're going to do that.
Mitchell would have made both of them. Jason, overseer, I love you. I'm not even addressing this nonsense. Not even addressing this nonsense. Yeah, Hart was sliding all over the court. I don't know what was up with his sneakers.
He need new sneakers. We almost lost that inbound pass.
Yep. And I'm just like, get the ball in. Like, what is?
But we're gonna see what happened game 2.
Overseer, how's Cancun? Nice of you to join us from Mexico.
Right.
Appreciate it.
How them Celtics doing?
How's Cancun? The Celtics were great tonight in their game. The Celtics were great. Oh, okay, right, okay. Moving on.
Is Tatum still breakdancing?
Oh yeah, Tatum came back. Right, okay. He didn't. No, okay.
So now this puts pressure on us. We gotta take one in Indiana now.
I don't think that I made my hot take already. You didn't hear it. The Pacers don't get another game. Knicks in 5. Pacers don't
Knicks in 5.
Pacers don't get another game, and this is because if I'm JB, that choke sign is on repeat in my mind right now.
He was better off trying to wait to the final game to do that. You don't do that game 1.
You do that. And it wasn't even a game-winning shot. You tied it. He wants to be Reggie Miller so bad, and that's why everybody thinks he's overrated. He's a front runner. Hallie was quiet the whole game.
When Reggie Miller did the choke sign, who won that series?
I already said it. They lost that series. The choke sign does not mean anything, dummy. You want to be Reggie so bad. You bought into media hype because every time you saw a Nick Pacer clip, they were always showing that choke. But they love showing that choke, but then nobody reminds you the Pacers lost that series.
Right.
Again, yes, it was a game 1 in Madison Square Garden, and the Pacers lost in 6. Not even 7. The Pacers lost in 6. But yes, I'm going out there and I'm saying the Pacers are not getting another game in this series.
That means we got to win 4 straight.
You act like it can't be done?
Let's go get them.
And you've got to remember, the Knicks have to win Friday at home, and then they go to Indiana. I hope y'all haven't forgotten the Knicks are the best road team in the playoffs.
That's right. We only got one road loss.
The best road
I think we
team.
5-1 or 6-1 on the road.
So I'm not worried. I'm pissed. I'm not worried. I'm angry about this loss. I'm not worried. Because we should be up 1-0. Muhammad, listen. Don't be gutted, bro. Don't be gutted. Again, the last time the Pacers did something like this, the last time a Pacer did that choke sign, it was a bad omen for the Pacers because they ended up losing that series. And I believe history is going to repeat itself. History is going to repeat itself. That's why I said keep winning lineup in the game. That's what. Yeah, Anthony. He did not need to go back to Brunson. He didn't need to go away from the double bigs because Cat and Mitch were getting all the rebounds. All of them.
But we're gonna see Friday night, man.
Cleveland got spanked. We lost by 3. We lost by 3 in overtime to a team that we know we should beat. Listen, Jesse, we're not even paying attention to Overseer Hendrickson.
We all right. I know one thing: we can beat these boys.
Right. So Celtics in 9. Bishop McCain.
Celtics in 9. All right, Loho, I'm out of here, man.
All right, Dave. Friday night. After you get out of church. So we wind it down. What you say, Overseer? Y'all know y'all been for the last 25 years. Y'all got an outstanding bar tab on that resort. Listen, we not worried about the last 25 years. It's 2025 now, and the Celtics are at home. So you keep repping that green and white in Cancun. Keep it going. That choke sign in the inbound to Hallie. Listen. No, we're not good because that's not the type of game we want to play. We want to win the games on the court. We need to win games 2 and 3 in these series. Pissed off. Yeah, I'm pissed off too, Ant. I'm absolutely pissed off. Muhammad said, I got the Knicks in 6. Knicks winning games 2 and 3, lose game 5. Nope. Knicks are not going to lose game 5. I think the Knicks win game 5 and we don't get to 6. I don't think there's going to be a need to go back to Indiana for game 6. I don't think there'll be a need. I think the Knicks win the next 4. And that's it. Yep, that is true, Sam. The Knicks have been beating everybody in 6 games. The magic number is 6. I got Knicks in 5. I don't think Indiana gets another game. We scared the bejesus out of Indiana tonight. Yeah, they won, but we scared them to death tonight. So I think that the Knicks have an awesome opportunity to just take control of the series and just listen. All right, Muhammad, stay up, bro. Bishop Jason McCants still down in Suriname. He'll be back tomorrow, and we'll talk to him here live for Game 2 on Friday night. We'll see how those Celtics looking next year. Oh, that team is going to look very different because they can't bring everybody back. I'll tell you who can and will bring everybody back: the New York Knicks, because our superstar decided to take a pay cut to make sure everybody could get paid and we would stay under the second apron. See how that works when your superstar cares? And why is it hard to believe that they can win 4 straight? Well, it's not hard to believe. The Pacers are a very good offensive basketball team. But if the Knicks play New York Knicks defense, there's no reason why. If they play New York Knicks defense for 48 minutes, there's no reason to believe that they should not be able to win this series and win the next 4 games. But like I said, I'm gonna stand by my prediction. I got the Knicks winning the next 4 games, and closing this thing out in 5 and heading to the NBA Finals. I'm standing by it because just because the Pacers won tonight, like I said, I'm pissed, but I'm not worried. I'm angry, but I'm not worried. Not worried at all. So, once again, Knicks lose tonight, 138-135. Again, we want to thank you all for joining us tonight for the post-game show. We're going to get ready to get out of here just a little bit earlier tonight. Friday night, Game 2 from Madison Square Garden. The Garden will be rocking again. Knicks and Pacers, Game 2 from the Garden, 8 p.m. on TNT. And then afterwards, join us back here for Game 2. I might do a quick pregame on Friday night. We'll see. But Game 2 Friday night from the Garden. The Knicks looking to even the series at a game apiece. Until then, we appreciate y'all who join us. Thanks to Bishop Jason McCants, Ant West, Sam Jennings, Dre Rumble, Keisha Carter, Muhammad Sheikh, Jesse Moore, who else? Q the Prophet, William Stinson Jr., who else did we see on here? Phyllis Brantley, Ted Simpson, Gerard Jarvis, Bishop Greg Heflin. Thank you all for joining us. And if I don't remember, or if I didn't see your name as I was scrolling through, charge it to my head, not to my heart. We appreciate y'all. We'll see you for Game 2 on Friday night. Still orange and blue skies over New York City. We will see you then. Have a great night, everyone.
Yo, this is the state of emergency. Check. I need all my Knicks fans right now to grab your jerseys, your popcorn, your sodas, whatever you gotta do to get ready for this game. I don't care if you're a cheerleader, an athlete, a couch potato. We're here to restore the field. Matter of fact, can I say from New York what I say from New York? Hey yo, let's go Knicks!
Hey yo, I bring that New York energy. Talking 42nd Street, alley hoop finger roll. Ain't nobody checking me. Crossover through the legs, step back, hit a 3. Still up in the hood, but got big baller tendencies. She just trying to get flued out to John Kennedy, just to see the Knicks play, make a couple memories. New York, if you ain't from here, don't pretend to be. And if you ain't rocking with the Knicks, you an enemy. Yeah, look at us, whole city is wild. This is New York, why y'all ever counted us out? Any game we attend, yeah, we taking it now. Fast break on the court, all up and down. Lead a garden in the pigsty, yeah, we get it on this side. Bacon, egg, and cheese, or the lobster mac with the ribeye. Either way, we winning the overtime if we get tired. Get it with the team, yeah, that's just something we live by. Hey, yo, first quarter in, we gon' turn it up. Gotta warm up first, then we taking it dub. By the third quarter in, no, they ain't catching up. Gotta stay in the lead before that shot clock buzz. If the Knicks get a win, we gon' do it again. Make the finals once before, we gon' do it again. Bounce back in the fourth, we gon' do it again. It's been a while since the chip, but we gon' do it again, yeah.
Yo, put your hands up. If you rockin' with the Knicks, put your hands up. Yo, put your hands up. If you from New York, put your hands up. Yo, look, put your hands up. If you rockin' with the Knicks, put your hands up.